to be yourself. You believe in something, you have a concept, you should keep this concept and try to do what you believe in, you know. Some people, they are frustrated because they believe in something and they try to listen too much to the patient. They believe in realism and they say, I cannot do it because the patient is not demanding that. I'm Michel Rogé, I'm a prosthodontist. I'm working in Andorra and I've been trained during my undergrad degree in France, in Montpellier, and then I went to the States where I did a prosthodontic degree in BU, Boston University, and then I got a specialty degree in aesthetic from LA, from USC.
How has your treatment philosophy evolved in balancing technological advances with the humanistic and artistic aspects of prosthetic rehabilitation?
My philosophy is always the same. When I was a young student, I start with realism, aesthetic integration, it never changed. But the technology helped me a lot in terms of efficiency. Now we have lots of ways with new material to improve our aesthetic achievement, especially with zirconium substructure, with stratification. But I combine modernity with tradition. I don't believe that modernity can optimize the aesthetic performance of our dental rehabilitation, but it can help a lot for sure.
What strategies do you employ to align patient desires with clinical reality and long-term functional outcomes?
It's a problem of education. You have to educate the patient. I have lots of video equipment and I have also lots of documentation, and I want the patient to share with me my philosophy. It's not so easy because the patient, there is a form of indoctrination of the patient. The patient has a tendency to believe that white is a key factor in dental aesthetic. And I don't believe that. I think the first objective of dental rehabilitation is to be unnoticeable, not spectacular. And the patient is not prepared for that. But with communication, we can change the way the patient thinks about dental aesthetics. It's a problem of spending time with the patient.
In your view, how can clinicians preserve creativity and individuality in an era increasingly driven by protocols and standardization?
This is a big problem. This is the issue today. We think that protocol and science can regulate everything. But this binary thinking, yes or no, and this way of approaching all the patients the same way is exactly the reverse of my philosophy. My philosophy is to believe that each individual deserves a special treatment, and protocol doesn't allow us to do that. So I put in evidence with my practice and with my presentation that every patient needs a specific treatment with a specific approach if we want to preserve realism.
What is the take-home message of your lecture?
Is to be yourself. You believe in something, you have a concept, you should keep this concept and try to do what you believe in, you know. Some people, they are frustrated because they believe in something and they try to listen too much to the patient. They believe in realism and they say, I cannot do it because the patient is not demanding that. The basic question is to know if we should answer a demand without evaluating if this demand is reasonable, or if we want to keep our concept, our identity, and try to educate the patient to accept that. I say that people were very friendly with me. I liked very much Budapest. Hopefully one day I will come back, because the first time I came in Budapest was 35 years ago, my first lecture. And hopefully this is not going to be my last lecture. It may be the last lecture because I'm an old dentist on the way to retirement. But anyway, enjoy it. Thank you.